Hey everybody, Incoming Pixels here, and have I got a surprise for you. If it's one thing that we know perfectly well when it comes to us with computers, is that some of us prefer a particular operating system. Whether it's Windows 7 or Windows 10, the majority of people usually prefer one operating system over the other. But the majority of people who usually talk about when it comes to a killer operating system, a lot of people point to the Windows XP. So how about we go back in time to 2003 with the Windows XP. Now you're probably asking yourself, how do you do that, you ask? Well, I got a way. Here we are, everybody. Welcome back to 2003. This is when I was introduced to the operating system. I was introduced to the operating system in 2003, but I'm pretty sure it came out much later than that. I want to say maybe 2002, 2001, somewhere around there. But this is probably a marvel going back to look at this. Let me just, there we go. This is definitely one marvel to look at. We got the old desktop here, we got the old logos, the old bar right here. We can even go back to customizing our pictures like we used to. Let's see here. Here we go. Let's go with a karate. Let's go with a black belt karate picture here. You can also create new accounts like you much did. The interface in Windows XP is much different than it was in Windows 10 and Windows 7. So if you ever say like you remember Windows XP, but you've gotten so used to the newer ones that you may be thrown for a loop, but if you ever grew up with the operating system, you'll soon get back into navigating the thing. This is really one heck of a... I mean, we got the old sample pictures here. I mean, this going back to this is certainly reminiscent. It's just, you can just, you know, explore the old thing, like all the new. Here's properties. Here's the desktop stuff. You got like a bunch of here, this center. There we go. Like you got like some old pictures here. Yeah, Stonehenge, old desktop pictures here. Vortex Space, that's a pretty cool one. Wind, of course XP. Oh, that's kind of neat. Wow, there's a lot of them. There's a lot more than I thought there was. Oh, this one's nice. And we got Azul. This one's probably very well known. We got Blue Lace, Coffee Bean. That's pretty nice. Greenstone. There's a lot of good ones here. Okay, let's just go back to this for now. So you may be asking yourself, how did you get this working? What is this? Are you using this with? Are you using an actual older desktop? And your answer would be, no, I'm not. I'm currently using a software called VMware, and tracking down an ISO image file, I was able to actually get the operating system working using the VMware software. And now, with the power of future technology and magic, we can finally have Windows XP working on newer operating systems. It's kind of awesome going back to looking at this. I mean, Windows Messenger. Hold on a second. Anybody remember Windows Messenger? It's kind of cool. Say like you'd be surfing the web here. Say like you'd be surfing the web here, and you'd be talking to someone here. It's just mind-boggling how we've come a long way from texting on phones nowadays on the smartphone. You know, we went. I mean, that's kind of where we are now. I mean, how we went from this to what we're doing now is beyond me. It shows you... Oh, this is still running. Hold on. We can just exit that out. No problem. Believe it or not, you can. This is actually navigatable. But you won't be able to get much. Won't be able to have much stuff working on this. Like, let me show you. I'm going to look up YouTube. I mean, it will search up, but it will not. It will not show up, which means that. Yeah. Kind of cool though. Here we got a couple of games here. I mean, here we got Hearts. Which I don't even know how this works. Oh. Okay. This is riveting. So we got Hearts. Got let's go back to here. We got Solitaire. This is how Solitaire used to. Let's full screen that. There we go. So this is what Solitaire used to look like on the Windows XP. To give you some sort of comparison to how this looks to nowadays, that's what Solitaire looks like on Windows 10. So it shows you the differences here of how long this goes. I don't even know. Let's see. We got the old Windows Media Player. Let's see. I did bring. See, the coolest thing about using VMware, you can transfer shit to your virtual machine. So I was able to here. Let's see, is it playing? Yeah, okay. So yeah, now we have Windows Windows Media Player on Windows XP with these old. Most of these are still around, I think. Don't quote me on this. I don't use Windows Media Player anymore. I just use the music app. But as you can see, we have like the old things here. Rotating particles, one of my faves. Of course, if we go to battery, we got Strawberry Aid. Let's put that in full screen. That looks nice, doesn't it? Why don't we take a look at some of the old screensavers? Here we go. Here's like the old Windows XP screensaver. This will just show up. It's kind of cool. Actually, you know what? I'll have that play in the background. Yeah, we got Windows XP screensaver. Starfield, who can forget the old Starfield screensaver? That's always nice. Marquee. Your text goes here. Oh, let's put some text. Customize how fast it is. Alright. It looks something like this. Pretty cool, huh? It's kind of amazing. I don't think we have those types of screensavers nowadays. Or if we do, you would have to install them. Like Windows doesn't come with them automatically. Of course, we got 3D text. It's always nostalgic. And we got 3D flower box. Just these old, very old screensavers. Flying objects. Ah, this is nice. Very nice indeed. Very, very nice. It's very nice. Oh, of course we got. Who can forget 3D pipes? That's always nice. And of course we got 3D tower. And of course we got Mystify. That's always pretty trippy. Let's see, what else do we have here? Let's look at the accessories here. We got Wordpad. We can type out a note. We can, like, type things. Words. And we can type things up, you know, much like, you know, Microsoft Word and stuff. You know, there isn't that many, there's not that many fonts compared to what they are usually nowadays, but it's kind of awesome to see these, you know, of course, you know, that's always nice. Nah, I'm not gonna save that. File and transfer settings, blah blah blah. Let's see, we got see, what is one thing that I think most people remember? Oh, I know. Hold on. Okay, we can get that stop. We can make that stop now. What about those games? There's a couple of games you have here, and I mean, we looked at Solitaire already, but anybody remember this? This 3D pinball game. Whoa. Okay, it's been a while since I actually played this. Now, okay, there's music apparently. Let's see, how does this... I'm just looking for, how this controls. Okay, bumper is Z, bottom table, okay, ZX, right flipper. Oh, okay, so we... Let's see, what about the, can we, like... I gotta go full screen. Now, let's see, does it, Oh! Crap. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, what is it? Spacebar? Yeah, okay, it's spacebar. Alright. We got something going. Alright. No sound effects. This takes me back to when I first got the Windows XP. When my family when my family used to get it. The one thing I remember was this 3D space game. There was also this... I don't know if anybody remember it, but it was like there was also this 3D bowling game that you control the ball or something. It was very weird. I'm not sure if anybody remembers that, but I remember that as well. See, okay. Of course, the biggest problem you have with pinball is that if that ball lands dead center, there's no way you can catch it in time. So you always got to be very careful of where the ball goes. And of course, there's just little things there. You don't want that to. You don't want that to fall either. Because if it like lands there again, it'll just go straight down. Okay. There's apparently music in this, but I don't know. We should take a look at that. Yeah, see what I mean? Now, how do you get out of full screen? Ah, F3. Okay. Oh, F4. There's music. What does that sound like? Dare I ask? Hell yeah! Alright, come on. Wait, nope. Ah, crap. Sorry, I was busy moving the mouse out of the way. There we go. Oh, we have no choice but to have it with the mouse. Okay. terribly. Where did my skills go? I never had them to begin with. This music is so low. This music is so cheesy. Brings me back, though. Come on. Alright. You know what? Okay, come on. It's a shame that there's only like one pinball table. I'm sure they don't have multiple other ones. Alright. My score is 482,750. If anyone wishes to beat that, they can. It's probably easily beatable anyway. Okay. So basically, how did I get this working, you ask? Well, basically, like I said before, I was able to find an ISO image file off of the internet, and I use it with my VMware workstation software. Now, to show you what I got going on here, I got particular, like, I also got a Windows 98 one going, but I'm not showing that off, and it doesn't really work very well. But you can also, oh shoot, but you can also customize the amount of RAM you want to put into it, and the amount of hard disk space. It's actually a pretty nifty piece of software. So I was using that with the trying to find an ISO image file, and I was able to track one down. So that's how I was able to. That's how we're able to reminisce with Windows XP again. And here we go, Minesweeper. Anybody remember Minesweeper? I remember this game used to frustrate the heck out of me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So what about games? Because as you can see, you could put like a bunch of like random things you can drag and drop when it comes to Windows XP and Windows 10. You could also have with VMware. You can also set it up where you can share files, which is pretty nifty. So I actually got some games and put it on the Windows XP and on this Windows XP OS just to see how it works. So how about we take a look at a few of those and see how they run. I almost forgot. I accidentally forgot to install one. I use goodoldgames.com to drag and drop the setups and have them install on here via that method. So if you have a Good Old Games account and have a couple of games on there, you can check them out you can check it out and see if it works on this. Okay, well, it seems that one of the games I had on here did not install, so we're going to be short one game. But that's all right. We'll start. All right. Well, it seems to be running okay. Let's see, I don't want to see. This is the first game I actually tested this with because I was trying so desperately to get this game to run on anything. So let's see. Seems to be running okay. Just to tell you right now, you want to pick software renderer if you're planning on using. If you're planning on using like older games, you want to make sure you select 3D render. If you select anything else, it will crash the game. So you want to be very careful.
Oh, there's nothing in there but dust bunnies.
Let's talk to this guy.
Is there anything I should know about the town?
Rennes-le-Château? We have a small town, but a rich history.
It actually looks better.
Visit le musée de Saunière.
I'm actually
down the road.
To show you a little behind the scenes stuff here. I'm actually using XSplit to record, and it actually looks better on the I mean, you know, XSplit has recording benefits. This is a pretty unique game for the time, actually. Because how many point-and-click games have you the ability to have a free roaming camera nowadays? Can't think of many. Ooh. Okay, if there's many particles, it will slow down a tad. Just, you can maybe you can sort of see, it's slowing down a little bit when you get closer to, like, something like this. Huh.
Anybody home? I want to rent a bike. Shit.
Okay.
Well, gee, I don't need a live chicken at the moment.
Takedown.
Okay. There you are, you little... Got him. Alright, cool. Let's see. Anyone else? Yeah, this seems to run all right. You got to keep in mind you have to have it a little low on the graphics side if you want it to run smoothly on a virtual machine. But overall, it runs pretty good. I'm sure you could probably get this to run better on a virtual machine, but I'm using the XP one, so maybe I don't know. Maybe there is. All right, let's see how this goes.
Our land is destroyed, our spirit crushed. Stir up no trouble, stranger. The Red Queen's agents are ruthless.
All right.
Your knife is necessary, but not sufficient. Always collect what's useful. Reject only your ignorance, and you may survive.
Alright, so this seems to be running very well. Okay. Gotta love the music in this. Yeah, this is running very well. In fact, it's actually running better on here than it is on my Windows 10. So, I mean, if you want this game to run and look better, then get a virtual machine.
Only a few find the way. Some don't recognize it when they do. Some don't ever want to.
Oh no, oh no. Didn't mean to fall down there. It runs better, ironically, on here than it is on my Windows 10. So that's very odd. To talk about a surprise, this runs extremely well on this virtual machine.
Ropes are as good as step ladders to those who know how to use them.
Okay. So there we go. That's nice. All right. Yeah, this is running pretty good. So, my assessment is, if you want particular games that don't run very well from older OSs, using a virtual machine would help. Most likely. Love this game. This is one of my favorites. Okay. Yeah, this runs very well. Well, okay, that about does it. We took a look at a few things. We took a look at a couple of menus. We looked at a few old games. We looked at the old Windows Media Player. Here's the old Outlook. Just as a bonus. Oh, man. I remember my parents using the old Outlook Express long ago. Now they're using, of course, Gmail and Yahoo.com. But back then, this must have been, I believe the term was surfing the web back then. And you can definitely tell back then there was a certain style to surfing the web. Then nowadays it's more common than it was. But even back then there was a certain feeling of on a computer. Nowadays not as much. But back then there was a certain amount of fun to it. And you can definitely tell that from Windows XP here. Why are you still open? Okay, anyways. I think that about does it. So I think we'll turn this off. Ah, beautiful. Still shutting down. There it goes. Alright everybody, that was a little look at the past with the Windows XP. An operating system so good that you have to track it down just to find it again. Microsoft doesn't sell it anymore, obviously, since they moved on to the older operating systems. To newer operating systems. But you can track down an ISO image file, and if you have a virtual machine, I highly recommend VMware Workstation. That is the bee's knees. So if you can track those down, I highly recommend. If you want a nice blast to the past, and if you want to, reminisce on old operating systems, that's the way to do it. So, hope you enjoyed this little video, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.